do you think there are any concerns about online learning, someone receiving a degree entirely online versus human interaction face-to-face?
I think it depends what it is you're claiming for the degree. I think, I think there's a lot of really high quality online degree programs out there. In terms of an entirely online bachelor's degree, because we make a claim for the bachelor's degree as having, as signifying a certain kind of full,
Yes.
I'll use a very Jesuit term, a full formational meaning, as well as you can do stuff, you can write, and you know how to do quantitative stuff, and you know something about some major. I think because we make that claim for the bachelor's degree, it seems hard to imagine that 100% of that could be done online. I think many important pieces of it could be done online. I think online learning could enhance actually much of what could happen face-to-face, but it's hard to imagine for me an entire bachelor's degree that does that. But I know that there are whole degrees that are out there, and I think that there are ways in which online learning helps a very diverse population complete a bachelor's degree or make it possible to do that. But I believe that there have to be some parts of that that are about community, are about interaction, about working in really unscripted and uncertain situations. And that to me is kind of the essence of what liberal education is. And it's hard to imagine getting all the training and mentorship and experience around unscripted problems solely in an online environment.
Oh no, I took, one of the reasons why I liked this question, and I noticed something in the article about it, was I did an online class when I was an undergraduate, and it's completely different for me going to a classroom, interacting with students and teachers versus, a little message board where you can't really, are you reading between the lines? Are you not asking this? Is there only 6 people in this class? What happens now? So it's definitely a different environment, at least for what I found. So I was just curious.
Well, and I think also part of it is that we have yet to really optimize our tools for a kind of online learning. So, for example, there's this new experimental university known as Minerva University, which you've probably heard of. One of the most important features of their whole educational model, because their faculty do all their teaching in an online environment, even though the students are living in a residential environment, they started with a platform that was absolutely created to simulate a seminar environment. So there are 18 students in class, 20 students maybe. Everybody's in a window that's visible at all times. There's ways to raise your hand, etc. The whole thing's being recorded. The faculty member can go over each student's individual in-class performance through re-watching segments of the course. I mean, some of this I know probably makes people a little bit creeped out, but it's very thoughtful. But they have a platform. They said, if we were going to create a technology that was as close as possible and even had some additional advantages to people sitting around a seminar table, what would that look like? And that's really different from, say, a learning management system, where I don't know what model that's built out of, but that paradigm is not people sitting around a seminar table.
It's kind of like a Blackboard type, at least what I had, and so I love what you're describing. I think that would be beneficial for students more so than just...
Right, so when we have those, so like just yesterday, we were closed for snow, and we were conducting our class. We have 12 students, and we were conducting it in a program called Zoom. And it was myself, my co-instructor was in Ohio, my 2 TAs were online, and the older students were serving as peer mentors, and then all the students. But I still couldn't see every student at once. I could see like the people who were speaking. People wanted to raise their hand. It was done, sort of somewhere else, and it was challenging to get a really good exchange going. I mean, we made good use of it. It was better than skipping class, and we all connected. It's early in the semester, but it was not there yet. So I think it's also hard to pass, a terminal judgment on online learning, because really our tools are a very primitive state. I mean, if you just imagine, like, they will be better in 100 years, I think. They will look more different in 100 years than our classrooms will look in 100 years, because our classrooms look pretty much like they looked 100 years ago.